3 years later, brand new era, brand new reviews, brand new decade of PR Lost Galaxy 2014 in 2020. Anthony Marsh on PR Lost Galaxy 2014 on Facebook, Daily Motion, I don't know, on YouTube, despite the COPPA stuff. And I also, please be advised, if there's children under 13 that cannot watch my review, my videos are mostly made for a older audience, 13 and over, but mostly 18 and over. Here I am, 3 years after I last did any Power Ranger reviews, and this is the first PR Lost Galaxy 2014 review in 3 years related to Power Rangers. Yeah, a lot has changed after the last time I did a review on anything Power Rangers related, but this is the moment I have been waiting for since the beginning of my tenure being part of the fandom 10 years ago in 2020, 2010, 10 years later. With Power Rangers, if you haven't got the memo after the 3-year gap between my 5-in-1 Megazord review from the 2017 movie to today, that Hasbro owns Power Rangers. And for my first Power Rangers toy review in 3 years is Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection Lost Galaxy Red Ranger and Psycho Red 2-pack. And it's something that's kind of crazy because for my first Hasbro Power Rangers toy review on YouTube, and also as well as on, if you're watching this, also on Facebook and Daily Motion, this is the first, also my very first PR Lost Galaxy 2014 and Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan film video of the new decade and of 2020. Kicking it off with my review of this 2-pack of Psycho Red and Lost Galaxy Red. I bought this off of Amazon for the same price point. This is available mostly at GameStops everywhere, also as Best Buy, $39.99, and I got this from, speaking of which, Entertainment Earth via Amazon. And I have been, even though the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy may be over, but I have been waiting to get my hands on this 2-pack ever since it was announced. And I've been making it clear that I've waited and I had the patience to get my hands on this 2-pack. Because as a Power Rangers Lost Galaxy fan of 20 years, I would have never thought that of all my years of collecting toys of Power Rangers in space and Lost Galaxy, would I ever get my hands on a new Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, that being Leo with, you know, Leo's head with the face of Danny Slavin. We'll get to that. And of course, for the first time in ages in my entire life, Psycho Red from In Space, but also of course Lost Galaxy, because it comes with the Red Galaxy Ranger here on the left, Psycho Red on the right. On the packaging of each of these Lightning Collection boxes is nothing but images of the characters doing, you know, certain poses based on promotional imagery, and you see the Hasbro logo, because for those who probably didn't get the memo, I know that usually when I used to do my initial toy review run, I was always still stuck on Bandai stuff, but don't worry, this season on PR Lost Galaxy 2014, and as well as this channel that is mostly a Lost Galaxy fan film channel thing, but well, I will occasionally do some Power Rangers Lightning Collection reviews on this channel on YouTube on occasion, unless if there's something decent and good to review. But if you want to see all my further out reviews of more Power Rangers toys, come to my Facebook and Daily Motion for those who are watching on either of those platforms. I like the artwork based on what I've seen from the Lightning Collection before I even, you know, I know it's been 3 years, guys, because 3 years has been a while, and I guess I pretty much haven't really missed a lot. I know a lot of you has missed me on this content as much as I missed you. But I want to kick off the new decade and new year with these Hasbro Power Rangers items, because as a Lost Galaxy fan of now 21 years, I have been waiting to get this. So let's get ahead, open this baby up, and review them. Now that I got the figures out of the box, let's take a look at them in person. Well, what I'll start with is the accessories first, where I will show off some of the things that came with these figures, because it's kind of crazy how Hasbro is really nailing this than what Bandai had been doing with Power Rangers for years, because for the longest time, speaking of which, especially with Psycho Red, I'm glad I did not get his Bandai America Legacy figure, because knowing that I was going to get the Hasbro Lightning figure, no point getting the Bandai one, even though I'll get the Psycho Red later. But my first attraction is the figure I've been wanting the most outside of all the Rangers released for Lightning Collection purposes, with Lost Galaxy Red, my boy Leo the Red Galaxy Ranger. You know, this has got to be intriguing, but although there are some downsides with my figure, or maybe with others, that like any other figure nowadays with Power Rangers, I keep getting figures with bent legs, even though this is a $40 collectible set of figures, and it's kind of crazy that, you know, why do you think I spent $40 on this for a reason? You know, they did a good job recreating the Lost Galaxy Rangers' look, although just only red for now. I'm hoping that one day we'll get more of Lost Galaxy, and with Hasbro owning the franchise now, my biggest hope is they do all the villains for each season, including Lost Galaxy's villains, even though I'm waiting to see when they will do Trakina, Deviant, and those guys later. But with Leo, the first Lost Galaxy Ranger in the roster to be released, you know, this figure is not bad, even though they kind of made the chest squiggle of the zigzag of the suit a little bit too big, even though this is what the rest of the Rangers are going to look like once they come out. Another thing I'd like to point out for the Lightning Collection, since I didn't want to do any reviews of the Lightning Collection when they first came out and once Hasbro started dropping their stuff, I like the fact that Hasbro, I don't know why I said Bandai, good thing I stopped saying that. Hasbro's Power Rangers figures, mostly the Lightning Collection ones, are not like Bandai's Power Rangers where they were always muscular. Well, this is a great, you know, recreation, you know, a great TV authentic real world recreation of how each Power Ranger should look without all that muscle, because that's one thing a lot of fans and toy collectors never stood about Power Rangers for the last 25 years, was having Power Rangers being muscular just for the sake of it, to go for that more superior physique. Whereas when I look at these Lightning Collection figures, they're actually aiming for a more TV show, have comic accurate art style, like the Boom Studio Comics are doing currently with the look of the characters from the comics. Because it's something that I've been wanting to see out of Hasbro, and knowing that for someone who hasn't been collecting Marvel Legends, well, this season I will do some Marvel Legends reviews because I'm going to be buttload on those, but these figures is something I've kind of been wanting out of Power Rangers for years. Sure, you can get some little peck of muscle on the shoulders only, but everything else is no muscle, which is neat. And in the way how they had to put some detail on the costumes to make it look like they were wearing a cloth and not really all that muscle, taking away all the elastic fabric of the uniforms that each Ranger team is wearing. So for now on, when I do collect Lightning Collection, I mean, the more the sooner, but this is the first time owning the Lightning Collection, especially for a team of Power Rangers I've been wanting figures of the most. I may start doing Lost Galaxy first, but it will be a long time until I ever see pink, blue, green, and yellow out, even though my Magna Defender review is after this, so be on the lookout for that. But Lost Galaxy Red, you know, he plays very, very well. I can do all kinds of poses, and even with him, you know, wielding his Quasar Saber, his head moves up and down and turns well, and the knob, and I just like the way how, out of all of the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, I know the focus is on Sharp and Perfect, that the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger helmet sculpt, out of all of the toys I've had of him over the years, they always did his helmet, you know, crappy looking. Well, that was Bandai, but good thing Hasbro nailed his helmet sculpt, because I'm proud to say that they did a good darn job on him. As real quick on the Quasar Saber, now look at this. This is the best sculpt of the Quasar Saber I have ever seen, and you can visibly see the Lion Galactabeast insignia on the Quasar Saber very well if you look at it pretty good. Like all Lightning Collection figures, when I get more of them in the future, they come with interchangeable hands, and here's the thing with these interchangeable hands, you know, which is weird. You get the hands where you can grab your weapon, but most of the time it comes with just a balled up fist, and a karate chop hand, which I don't know what's the point in this. I mean, it's like, unless I have Leo doing the talk to the hand, you know, once I like apply the karate chop hand, or, you know, I don't even want to do it because I don't want to waste my time talking and playing with the figure while I'm reviewing this. And then, of course, the effect piece, which is, you know, it's, wow, just look how beautiful these effect pieces for the Lightning collection. That's why, you know, unlike with the Legacy collection, it's like Lightning collection, you get these great detailed effects pieces, especially when Leo gets it. His is the flame because, you know, his elemental power of his Galaxy Ranger power is element, where Leo has fire. And then when we get the other Rangers of Lost Galaxy in the future, green will probably come with the wind effect, blue will come with a water effect, pink will come with a something flowery like effect, and yellow will get a lightning effect, for, you know, pun intended. And the effect piece is nicely done well too as well, because it looks, you know, if you look at it, that's real badass. It looks like something straight out of a comic book. But I think with the Lightning collection, they're actually kind of aiming for something that came straight out of a comic book or some arts, you know, some art direction stuff that Hasbro's trying to aim with these Power Ranger figures. Man, it seems like Marvel Legends will never get anything like this, even though Marvel Legends got the Build-A-Figure pieces. Power Rangers Lightning collection get these Lightning special effect pieces, which makes it feel like these figures just came straight out of the TV show come to life. And even though if these effects were, well, useful, and also these figures would make great stop motion too as well, because especially with all the ankle pivots and elbow joint, you know, turns and twists and stuff, and, you know, arm and wrist pivots and stuff like that, and, you know, ab crunches and galore. That is real impressive. Thank you, Hasbro. Thank you for getting, thank you for making these figures, even though I'm going to collect more in the very, very future. Because it's just crazy how they just did my boy justice. Also, last but not least, one more accessory that came with Leo. Now, as for Leo's head, this oddly looks a lot like Leo and his actor Danny Slavin, because this is how his hair looked for the second half of Lost Galaxy, because no coincidence that he and Psycho Red came together, because knowing that 20 years ago was To the 10th Power, the iconic annual team up of Power Rangers with In Space and Lost Galaxy versus the Psycho Rangers. Now, Leo's head, I think it's okay, but what weighs it down for me, his eye pupils are a little too small or too invisible, or maybe that's just me. Now it's unlike Marvel Legends or other Power Ranger figures where you had the swappable heads, unlike, you know, the 1995 movie Legacy figures. And, you know, it's not like with Marvel Legends, whenever I swap head, I will do Marvel Legend reviews in the future until I get more Marvel Legends. Now with head swaps for Power Rangers, it can go either way, easy or hard when trying to pop the heads onto the bodies. And this is how Leo looks without his helmet on, which is real nice, because this looks a lot like his actor in the suit. Because one of the best things about Lightning Collection right now is that they're aiming for a more like real world proportion of the Power Rangers, with the suits within, you know, with the helmets of the actor, you know, the heads of the actors as their characters within their suits, which is pretty cool. And I just can't wait until very soon get more of the Rangers, you know, at once. Even though when I do my Magna Defender review, I'll point out why we didn't had Magna Defender with Mike's head, even though from what I heard is Magna Defender as the origin version from what we saw from early Lost Galaxy. Leo doesn't look so bad without his helmet on, even though I wish that for future, you know, in some seasons of Power Rangers later on down the line, even though we had some occasion in older seasons where I just wish that a lot of Power Rangers would have their helmets off even when they have like a final stand with the villain, even though something that I wish we had in most seasons, even though on occasions we usually have, most occasions when the Rangers are in base of operations not fighting their enemies, we usually see the Rangers with the helmets on the side or not the helmets on at all. Although on occasion, lots of occasions in Lost Galaxy, we saw the Rangers with their helmets off, like in Lost Galaxy's final episodes, and even in the first episode, Quasar Quest. I'm trying to put the Red Ranger helmet underneath Leo's armpit, but well, screw it. But nevertheless, this is great. This is real great. I kid you not, but I'm trying to, because this is a nice new setup for me to do reviews now, because unlike past reviews, I always had my TV or computer screen in the background. So maybe a new scenery will be a new change of pace for future reviews, starting with this one. I don't know where to stand you at this point because I'm getting nervous. And now, the main attraction for a lot of us in space and Lost Galaxy fanatics, Psycho Red. Psycho Red. I like his effect piece with the green laser stuff coming out of his fingers, and I don't think I need this. I mean, it's just great to show off for a bit, but I'm just going to try to change it so I can place a hand where he can grab his sword. Because, you know, one of the common things with Power Ranger figures now from Hasbro, and when I do future Marvel Legends reviews, I'm going to have a hard time changing hands and stuff. Something that's going to be common when I get future Power Ranger figures from Hasbro and Lightning Collection, mostly from the Lightning Collection department. Okay, this is Psycho Red without that effect piece with the fingers, you know, the green lasers in the fingers. And now his sword is well done from them, because see, if I got the Bandai figure, I would have did a comparison how they did the sword and then the body of Psycho Red. The way how they did Psycho Red's color looks less reddish. It looks more like crimson red, or maybe this is just coming from the tinting of the footage of my camera filming the video or something. I don't know. It's either one of those, because, like, you know, I guess red is red, I guess. I like the way how they did Psycho Red real good too. Parts of the chest armor is rubber, so I hope when they do the rest of the Psycho Rangers in the future, this is why I didn't get the Bandai figures, when they do Psycho Black, Pink, and Yellow, although I'm going to get Psycho Blue soon, but good thing the kick off the boot, I gotta get my #1 favorite Psycho Ranger, Psycho Red, because, you know, as a Power Rangers fan, my favorite Ranger color has always been red, so it made no surprise to kick off season 5, I gotta go red, you know, forever red of sorts. And then I'm trying to find a way to place Psycho Red's sword in his hand, because, well, if I would open the fist a bit so I can place the hand, you know, place the sword beneath his fingers, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of difficult putting the sword in his hand, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. Let me raise the camera. And, you know, it's surprising that, you know, for years, I mean, I've been saying this ever since when Power Rangers in Space was on the air, that back when In Space aired, I've wanted Psycho Ranger toys for years, and I guess my childhood wish of Psycho Rangers having action figures finally came true. Although, when Bandai was still doing Power Rangers late 2018, when Super Ninja Steel happened, and when we had what little bit of Legacy stuff, raise camera, when the Legacy stuff was out, you know, left, and what's left of the Legacy line, when the Psycho Rangers came up, I wanted to get just only Psycho Red, because I didn't want to get blue and black and silver, and, well, who cares about Psycho Green? That's just my opinion, guys, sorry. But where Psycho Red was all I wanted. But since I got the Hasbro figure, I don't need the Bandai Psycho Red, because although Bandai, you did a good job on the Psychos somewhat, but you didn't give us the entire team with pink and yellow. Damn it. Yeah, Psycho Red looks really badass with his sword, but although, personally, I thought when I looked at the sword, no, this has always been a sword, but for a moment it almost looked like the Savage sword that Psycho Pink used in Power Pink that almost killed Cassie, which, you know, of course, for those who have watched In Space and Lost Galaxy, mostly Lost Galaxy's team-up episodes like I did with the Psycho Rangers involved Lost Galaxy, where Psycho Pink had a sword that was similar to Psycho Red's, that being the Savage Sword, the sword that, if you remember, where Psycho Pink used the sword to try to kill Cassie, and yeah, because it just almost nearly looks a lot like it too. Also, his head swivel is limited because it can only do up and down. You can slightly turn his head. Nope, you can only do left and right turn his head. But if only, no wait, I can turn it, you know, like he did in the show when he turned his head in a freakish way and said, "You don't know me? I'm Psycho Red." Yeah, because yeah. And of course, I'm just gonna stand him. As for, okay, let me put Psycho Red away and focus on Leo. So for 20 years of Lost Galaxy, even though it's 2020 at the time of this review now, since it's going on Lightspeed Rescue's 20th anniversary. Oh God, I know a lot. I miss you guys, you know, with me making videos on YouTube. I have posted videos last year on YouTube, but from what I heard about Kappa and the whole what's kids and not for kids stuff. Now, let me do a comparison of an evolution of Lost Galaxy Red Ranger's figures to compare that I had over the years before I got the new Hasbro Lost Galaxy Red Ranger, because this has been quite a 20-year journey waiting for new toys of him. It's just incredible. So what would I have here is one of the old Lost Galaxy Red Ranger figures from Bandai's original Lost Galaxy line. And you know, from those who used to watch my initial videos of my toy reviews back in 2014 when I did my Super Mega Force, you know, random choice figure reviews, I did the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger's action hero figure from, of course, Super Mega Force 5-6 years ago in 2014, and now 2019 2020 is Hasbro's Lost Galaxy Red Ranger. So yeah, that is really a long way now, that all my years of wanting new Lost Galaxy stuff. And I know that over the last decade, I really need to stop dissing on MMPR. Yes, in the future, I will do Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin figures, as well as SPD and other seasons. But for most Power Ranger collectors, if you're not in the seasons like Lost Galaxy, that's fine. You can just stick to Mighty Morphin. I'll do all the seasons or just do certain teams because, of course, not every Power Ranger, not every Power Ranger villain, monster I'm going to collect in the future, because, or you know what, screw it, I'll probably just do all the Rangers and all the villains if I have to, until the day I die an old man. Yeah, because you know, of all the years I've wanted new Lost Galaxy stuff, back when Bandai still did legacy figures and stuff from the Legacy collection, I wanted, you know, I waited to see when they were going to do any new Lost Galaxy figures, but luckily, thank God, Hasbro did it, because again, Magna Defender is next time, or in the next video if you click it, because again, Hasbro did a good damn job on Lost Galaxy Red, my all-time favorite Red Ranger, and it's a beautiful representation of how he looks, because it's quite an evolution. 1999, 2014, 2019, that is crazy. Original back when I was a kid, when I was 22 years old, around the 20th anniversary, 15th anniversary for Lost Galaxy in itself, 20th anniversary continuation during Super Mega Force, and this is in time for this year was in time for the 20th anniversary last year and the end of the 2010s. So that's it, guys. Overall, this is one of the best set of figures, although more to come, because there is going to be a boatload of these Lightning Collection Power Ranger figures in the future, because, well, yeah, Bandai, you tried for the last 25 years trying to give us some good, delicate, show-accurate Power Ranger figures. Well, although these action hero figures from Super Mega Force was as close as they got, but again, the muscle, as you can see on this, because that's just how they did it. Although I felt that the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger figure they did when I reviewed this back 5 years ago was fine. But yeah, you can tell that if you can look at it on the camera after I reviewed the figure originally, I kind of overdid. I mean, the red ink, when I did this with Sharpie marker to darken the red, because I didn't really like the red tint of the Red Ranger when I had this figure initially, and you can tell all the red Sharpie markings would get over the white, and that's what ruined it, and even on the belt, and that's why I had to use a metallic gold Sharpie to fix that. So I had to correct it. So if you want to see my Magna Defender video, click to the next one. So that's it. What do you guys think about my review of these two Lightning Collection figures? Let me move these away. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'm off for now. Anthony on PRLostGalaxy2014. More Lightning Collection figures to review to come, and as well as future Hasbro Power Ranger products. Subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Galactic and go Psycho. Your choice.